Nan was no ordinary girl. At 12, her spirit craved adventure more than sugar plums. While other girls her age played with dolls, Nan devoured tales of the unknown, haunted houses, ghostly apparitions, and forgotten lore. These were the stories that set her heart racing. She lived in Morrow Hollow, a village nestled amongst rolling hills and whispering willows. It was a place where life moved at the pace of a sunbeam, slow and warm. But Nan always felt a current of restlessness beneath the surface. One crisp autumn afternoon, as the leaves were turning shades of fire, Nan sat beneath her favorite oak tree. Its gnarled branches seemed to cradle secrets as old as time. In her hands lay a leather-bound volume, its pages brittle with age. The book, a gift from her eccentric Aunt Millie, was filled with local legends and ghost stories. One story in particular had captured Nan's imagination: the tale of Wraithbrook, a deserted village swallowed by the woods and its haunted schoolhouse. Wraithbrook had once been a thriving village, full of life and laughter, but tragedy struck when a strange illness swept through the community, claiming the lives of all the children. The heartbroken villagers abandoned their homes, leaving Wraithbrook to the mercy of the elements. Legend had it that the spirits of the children remained trapped within the walls of the abandoned schoolhouse. They were said to cry out for their lost lives, their mournful whispers echoing through the empty halls. The villagers warned of venturing too close, claiming that Wraithbrook was cursed. Nan, however, was more intrigued than afraid. She yearned to experience the thrill of the unknown, to stand face to face with the spectral whispers of the past. The thought of the abandoned village, shrouded in mystery and sorrow, called to her adventurous spirit. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the meadow, Nan made her decision. She would venture into the woods, seek out the forgotten village of Wraithbrook, and uncover the truth behind the ghostly legends. The next morning, armed with a knapsack filled with provisions and her unwavering determination, Nan slipped out of her house before the sun had even peeked over the horizon. The air was crisp and cool, carrying the scent of pine needles and damp earth. She followed the winding path that led to the edge of Morrow Hollow, her heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The villagers had warned her about the dangers of the woods, but their words only fueled her determination. As she ventured deeper into the forest, the familiar landscape began to shift. The trees grew taller, their branches intertwining overhead to create a canopy that blotted out the sun. The air grew heavy with an eerie silence, broken only by the crunch of leaves beneath her feet. Section 4. Wraithbrook's Grim Embrace. Hours later, just as the sun began its final descent, Nan stumbled upon a clearing. There, in the fading light, stood the skeletal remains of Wraithbrook. The houses were nothing more than decaying timbers, their windows like empty eyes staring out at her. A chill wind whistled through the deserted streets, carrying with it the scent of decay and the faintest hint of wood smoke. It was as if the village itself was exhaling a mournful sigh, lamenting its lost inhabitants. Nan's gaze was drawn to a weathered signpost, its paint peeling like sunburnt skin. It pointed towards a narrow lane, almost completely consumed by overgrown weeds. The words on the sign were barely legible, but she could just make out the inscription, "Wraithbrook School. May their souls find peace." The air around the signpost seemed to crackle with an unseen energy. A shiver ran down Nan's spine, but she stood her ground. This was it, the gateway to the heart of the legend. To Section 5. Whispers of the Lost. As Nan stepped onto the lane leading to the schoolhouse, the last rays of sunlight vanished behind the trees. Twilight descended upon Wraithbrook, casting long, eerie shadows that danced and twisted in the fading light. The wind seemed to moan louder now, whispering tales of sorrow and despair. The path was treacherous, littered with fallen branches and hidden by a carpet of dead leaves. Each step was accompanied by the unsettling feeling that she was being watched, her every move scrutinized by unseen eyes. The air grew colder as she neared the schoolhouse, and a faint, sweet aroma reached her nostrils. It smelled of honeysuckle and freshly baked bread, a scent so incongruous with the desolate surroundings that it sent a shiver down her spine.